I've been using this duo for a while in just about every area of the game. I've been having so much fun watching them do what they do, so I thought I would just kind of show it off in a video. This isn't necessarily a guide or even a recommendation per se. I'm not saying it's the meta or it's going to push you to the end game. It's just something I've been having a lot of fun with and thought I would share, okay? And I will say it has bumped me up quite a bit in a few places, and I'm having a real good time with it in Arena. The duo, I'm sure you know from the thumbnail, is Guaranal and Opal. And man, I'm having such a good time with them. The 1-2 punch with the water and fire dynamic lets us pretty much go after whoever we want. I've been picking a lot of fights in Arena that have a Montage and targeting her. And between the two of them, they usually get her out of there in the first turn. So I've got some footage recorded of me using them. There's a couple of arena fights. I think there's like it's an Ash 10 run. I think as my gear gets better, we might be able to brute force our way through some of the higher stages with this. I believe they cleared 11 for me as well, so I'm at Ash 12 right now. Their gear is not insane. It's decent. They're probably two of my best built champs right now, but my gear pool is not super deep on this account, right? We still got a lot of farming and stuff to do, but I use them in Void Tower. I use them in bounty hunts. I use them in Arena. I use them to farm campaign. I use them in Guild Boss. Again, I'll show you some of this footage at the end. I'll probably just play some music over the footage and let you watch them do what they do. I will say keep an eye on the Guild Boss run, Opal in particular, because I'm also running Jacob in there. Sometimes I don't manual it, but sometimes it works out where she'll have joint attack up when Jacob ults, and that is just absolutely ridiculous. So keep an eye out for that. But let's talk about how they're built real quick, and just one important thing that you want to keep in mind if you want to run them together. And then we'll get to the footage and just have a little bit of fun watching it. But Opal, I've done a video, at least one video on Opal. I might have done two. She's probably my favorite champ in the game right now. I just think she's so cool. I like the way she looks. I like the way she performs. I like everything about her. I have no real complaints. So we're not going to go over her kit and everything, but you know that she has joint attack. She puts up joint attack when she uses her ult, and then it extends it if it gets a kill. And again, between the two of them, you better believe they're getting kills. So that's that. As far as her gear, again, nothing insane. I do have her on an assassin set to try to let her do more damage, and it does seem to have a pretty good impact. We've got some crit rate here, a little bit of speed. I do focus speed on her a little bit. Here we've got crit rate and attack, some precision. Here we've got some attack and crit damage. I've got speed boots on her, but we got real good attack subs here, and that's kind of why I can comfortably go speed boots and not sacrifice a ton of damage. Obviously, we'd have more damage if we had boots with real good speed, but these are pretty good boots. This worked out nicely. We've got a crit damage ring with some decent crit rate in the subs, and then an attack amulet with a little bit of crit rate as well. So as far as her stats go, we're at 67.5 crit rate. I would love to get some more crit rate on her. Would love to get some more crit damage on her. But for rocking the assassin set, I think we're doing okay. We're closing in on 4,000 attack. And then the speed is 180. Again, I want her pretty fast. I want her to go before everyone else that I use her with, because I want her to get that joint attack up to get the most out of it, right? Especially with this duo. I think that's really important here. And then Guaranal, we've got at 5-star Ascension. And I've got her built. We can talk a little bit about how I've built her and some other ways you could go about doing it. I'm trying out a cursed set on her to get bonus attacks. This works pretty well in conjunction with Opal as well when joint attack is up. Sometimes they just get this chain reaction going and it's insane. Obviously you do want to stack attack on her pretty heavily because her ultimate ignores defense based on the gap between the target's attack and her attack. So the higher attack she has, the further separated you'll be from your target, the more defense you'll get to ignore. So someone like a Montage, so you know what I mean, someone like a Brand that is not going to have a lot of attack, the further you can separate yourself, the more likely you are to get them out of the fight quickly. So I focused crit rate a little bit harder on her than probably I needed to. It's working out for me so far. We're only at 4,400 attack, which is not bad, but again, with her, you really, really want to stack that attack up. So I may play around with her until my gear gets good enough to stack both. I may sacrifice some crit rate for the attack and see how we feel about that. But again, for now, she's working fine for me. And just a quick run through of her gear. Again, we got some crit rate in the subs here, some crit damage in the subs, crit rate, 1 attack percentage roll. Like, all this gear could easily get better, you know what I mean? Like this ring could get so much better. If we'd have gotten some crit rate rolls there, that would have opened up space for us to go attack in other places. So she's decent, right? She could be much better. She is decent. Obviously, they're both glyphed out and their abilities are maxed. I do have an Ascension Potion. I'm saving it though. But anyway, that's a quick look at them. And again, just make sure Opal is faster than she is, faster than Guaranal. And they have fit into, again, just about everything I've tried to make them fit into. I've got an arena team that I'm really loving running them with. A farm campaign, again, all the things that I talked about. So we're just going to switch over now. I'll probably go full screen and just play some music over it if you want to see them in action. It's a lot of fun to watch them do what they do. So again, I'm not saying it's the meta. It's probably not going to push you to the end game. As my gear gets better, this will probably hold higher up in arena. I don't know that I'd be running through the top ranks with it or anything, but it is a lot of fun, and sometimes that's really what it's about. So they're very effective. I have gotten some progress with them. They are very effective, but ultimately just a fun duo I thought I would share with you guys. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Be sure and like the video and subscribe if you haven't done those things already and you want to see more of what I'm doing. Otherwise, enjoy the footage, and we'll see you next time.